Happy. Oh, hey, Brian. Hey, John. Who else is there? Speak up. I don't know if this is going to work. We're doing a midweek live stream, which I haven't done before. Well, I scheduled it on Sunday, but we'll see who remembers. I only had time to text a couple of people. And I think my friend Amy across the way is tuning in with Michaela and Scarlett. And if you are, oh, they can't comment. That's right. I don't really know why you're not allowed to comment on this. Maybe you have to have a channel or a Google, be signed into Google. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I just want to. John, I don't think anybody's there yet. And I forgot to text. Let me text Denise real quick. Maybe she forgot. I'm on live. Call Daryl. Oh, thank you, John. Thank you, Happy. I literally have been cleaning my kitchen. Oh my gosh, it just seems like, when you have a lot of space, you can spread your mess out. But when you have a small amount of space, you really have to be organized. And hey, Jack Davis. That's okay. We're not going to stay on for a long time. We're going to just check in with everybody. So, Jack, tell us what you're making for dinner. Jack is the best cook that I know. And also, Jack, I have a friend who has psoriasis, and I know that you came up with a diet that helps with that. Can you talk about that a little bit? Because a lot of people suffer from these skin, well, I guess you just call it psoriasis. Yes, I know. YouTube is slow on the uptake, or whatever you call it. But anyway, Jack, if you could just talk just a little bit about, because I know you told me what you did for psoriasis, and I wanted to pass that information along to an old friend of mine that I talked to yesterday that said he has a problem with that. Good morning, good afternoon, Jamila. Well, it's evening there. Hey, CJ, James, Verdi. How are you doing? I haven't heard from you in a while. Strict low carb, lots of soup with bone broth and veggies. That's great. Did it cure it, or is that something you just suppress? Is psoriasis one of those immune diseases that you just suppress the symptoms, or can you actually get rid of it with diet? What do you say? Hey, Steve Caswell, how are you? Hey, Jack Rudden. Jack just walked his dog. He said he has to go and do the dishes, so he can only stay for a short while. And thank you, Linda. And Linda, I believe you are the one that just ordered a late bloomer t-shirt not too long ago. Thank you so much. I'm assuming it's you. Linda S is what they told me. And Jesus, skin redness and scaling. Within 1 week of the diet. Okay, so if you do have a problem with psoriasis, and I know people are, that's a years long kind of issue that some people suffer with. Jack found success for her husband with lots of soup with bone broth and veggies. And what other things did you avoid? Didn't you tell me you were avoiding some things? Good afternoon, Joshua. I'm going to probably do that a lot. I keep thinking this is my morning live stream. Hey, Kevin in Florida. And that's fantastic, James. I'm glad to hear it. Thank you, Linda, for ordering that t-shirt. If anybody else wants to order a t-shirt, I'm sure Happy can come up with that. Actually, I can do it. I can do it. Oh, what a busy day, guys. I do want to tell you something. Minor development. Minor. I mean, it's a minor development. If you want to order a t-shirt and help support this channel, here's the website, bonfire.com, late bloomer. Thank you, Joshua. I literally was cleaning the kitchen and I went, oh my gosh, it's 3:39. I better put a little makeup on. So I didn't even touch my hair. This is my washing the dishes hair. Jack is saying we avoided red meat and all processed food. And I think, over the last couple of decades, everybody gets so accustomed. There's so many tasty processed foods now, but you think about it. In 2000, I went on this really major raw diet with my two young sons, one of which had asthma and one of which had a history of upper respiratory inflammation and high fevers and toxicity. And so we did something very radical. I can't recommend it for everyone, but what we did was pretty radical. And for 5 years, not me or my sons had so much as an aspirin, not one over-the-counter med. And if you can imagine when you have asthma and you wake up in the middle of the night and you have one drug and that doesn't work and another drug and another drug and another drug and the nebulizer and all of that. And to go from all of that medicine and intervention to a heaping tablespoon of raw honey and raw unpasteurized butter for the same result, which is stopping the coughing. It was pretty amazing. And so I was a believer. Angel Artistic. Thank you. Thank you, Angel. That's so sweet. Debbie Archibald. We were just communicating yesterday, and Debbie sent me, this was passed on from someone who was familiar with this sort of home remedy for chest inflammation. I forgot what it was called, Debbie. But it's something that you can do at home if you begin to have the symptoms of the virus, to help you have more of an ability to breathe. And what was it called, Debbie? But it's something that anyone can do. Okay, so Jack is making for dinner. Everybody start licking your chomps. I'm maple syrup soy chicken, steamed broccoli, and white rice. Well, that sounds divine. And how would you change it? Some people can't handle soy. So how would you change that recipe if you could not use soy products? I'll test you. Thank you, Angel. I just read your first. Little Beans Garden. Hi. And I'm going to say hi to Amy and Michaela and Scarlett, because they're right across the way watching, and they don't have an ability to comment. So you can say hi to Scarlett and Michaela. And I photographed both of those girls when they were 1 day old in the hospital. Beautiful portraits, eyes wide open, looking right at the lens. It's pretty amazing. Now they're in school. It's amazing. Fish bone broth for our next soup dish. In the oven is banana bread, pineapple, walnut, and coconut bread. Oh my gosh, that's just for 2 people, right? And I am assuming that fish bone broth is something that you have to cook over time, because you're making it tonight for later. Do you like to do a lot of cooking, like on one night and then have it? One of these days I'm going to get back into cooking. I can't promise exactly when that's going to happen, but one of these days, if I get organized. I don't even know where my silverware is. I literally have been here 2 weeks, and I have 2 plastic forks and 2 plastic spoons. I have about 4 stainless steel knives, but no forks or spoons. No slotted spoon, nothing. I tried to get a slotted spoon at the store the last time I went to the store. No spoons. Let's see. Oh, that's good, Happy. That's good. Oh, how happy gardener. Hey there, where are you writing from and what's your name? So everyone can say hello. Steve Caswell. Yes, Steve, no kidding. So that brings, Steve just said, he said he never thought he would be saying, I wouldn't touch anyone with a 6-foot pole, but, oh, okay. So soy chicken just has soy sauce in it. And yeah, that's what I do. I substitute tamari for soy sauce. It tastes the same to me. Steve Rogers, hello. We've got 3 Steves on right now. Rogers, Caswell, and Deadly Wound. And let's see. Thank you, Joshua. Joshua is reminding everybody to hit the like button. We got 28 people watching, 17 likes. Coconut sap. You mean like coconut syrup, Steve Rogers? Hey, Daryl, did Denise call you? I just texted her. I said, I'm on. Call Daryl. Oh, that's kind of funny joke. I mean, it's not really funny, Steve. I actually hope he doesn't have it. But anyway, let's see. Hey, Eric from Double Dog Farm. Do we know that for a fact that soy sauce is 90% GMO? Do we know that Eric, I believe that you can buy non-GMO verified soy sauce. Pretty sure about that. I'll have to confirm that, but I think so. Oh, Jack Davis has got the hang of the Instant Pot. You know, I got an Instant Pot from Teresa Harris, and I haven't opened the box because I am too disorganized in there, but I will one of these days. And I can't wait to do some of these recipes. Let's see. Well, if people are allergic to wheat, then they can't do tamari either. So, okay, this is Charlie. Everyone say hello to Charlie at Oh How Happy Gardener in Ohio. What's the situation where you are, Charlie, in terms of the virus and lockdown? I am on, just to remind everybody, sorry about this. This is so much better. You have no idea. Yesterday, I received my second 4-drawer filing cabinet, which are in, this is a bedroom that I'm using as an office, obviously, and there's a clothes closet over there. And I measured it exactly, and 2 4-drawer, 25-inch deep metal filing cabinets fit right on one side in there. These closets are shallow, but kind of wide. Anyway, they fit, and I was able to unpack 10 of this side. These are called banker's file boxes. I unpacked 10 of these yesterday, and I only have about 35 more boxes in this room to unpack. Yes, it's true. Why did I bring that up? Thank you, Daryl. Well, I will just wear this hairstyle all the time. If you recall, who was watching that day that I did a live stream from my old office? Hold that thought. Remind me to come back to that old office. Remember that really elegant picture that I showed you from my old portfolio way back in the 80s? Very elegant with my hair up like this. And I went into Saturday Night Live and I auditioned and I got the part of this for a little short film that they were doing. At the time, I don't know if they do them anymore, but at the time they would hire a lot of independent directors to make these 2-minute short films. And John Fox was the director of that particular short film. And I had basically this hairstyle. Let's see. John Haffey. No, I'm not opening my Instant Pot until I know where I have a spoon. I'm holding out for a spoon. Thank you, Joshua. Hi, Cheryl. Oh, Steve Caswell. I'm sorry. Hey, Rebecca from Louisville. Food Forest next door. Rebecca is in the house. Fermented coconut sap. I have never heard of that. I feel quite sure they have that in my co-op, and I'm going to look for that if I can remember. And the only way I can remember is to write it down. Fermented coconut syrup. Has anyone else tried that? Sap, not syrup, sap. But sap is syrup, right? Same thing. Okay, I'm gonna try that. Speaking of coconut, I bought some popcorn. I thought I was just getting the popcorn that was popped in the coconut oil. That may be what it is, but it tastes like it's kind of like candied popcorn. And it's too strong. So I'm going to give it to Michaela and Scarlett because they like it. Okay. Steve Caswell, you've got to do better than opening a can. We were talking about processed food and raw versus raw food and all of that. And, basically anything, any cereal, any cracker, anything that's changed the form of the food is a processed food. My dairy is not processed because it literally comes from the cow, goes through a filter and into a bottle, and it goes straight to the store. So, or to, private customers from the farm. So if you think about how whole foods are and how processed it doesn't even resemble the original thing. So Jack has had luck getting rid of processed food in their diet. It's really helped her husband's psoriasis. Let's see, where are we? Denver Lindsay. Oh, I'd be happy to show you that. Denver is asking about my necklace. It's just a regular quartz. I think it's kind of clear, kind of smoky gray. And if I had the little card, this is by Stone Malas. Stone Malas is, that's Heather Muro, our friend. And she's the one that designed the Late Bloomer Collection bracelet that I really was promoting a lot a couple of years ago. It's still available and it's beautiful. And it's made out of stone malas and it's all the colors. When I first designed my show, Late Bloomer, I went to a color. She's won an Emmy. She won an Emmy for Nanny. I think that was the show with Fran Drescher. Fran Drescher did a show called The Nanny, I think. And she was the costumer on that show and won an Emmy for that. And she's a color stylist or something. And I had met her through school. Our kids were in the same school. And she did my colors, my original colors for Late Bloomer, which are that soft green and, just all those wonderful colors that you see on my website, on my business cards and all that. And why'd I bring that up? Oh, and so when Heather at Stone Malas on Etsy, by the way, when she and I connected, she made the bracelet with the Late Bloomer colors. There's the red, there's the green, and some other really natural colors. And then there's a tomato charm on it and some other. Anyway, she made this. I bought a lot of stuff from her. And I'll just pull it up here so you can see it. Okay, so let's see. That's great, Cheryl. Let's see, where are we? Connie. Hey, Connie. Coconut Coconut aminos. I wonder if that's similar. Yeah, I've seen coconut aminos, and I haven't tried them, but I've written it down now, so maybe I'll remember. Okay, Jack, thank you for tuning in. Love you too. Let's see. Okay, where are we? Let's see. Shelter in place, essential business open only, but outbreak hasn't been as bad as other states. In Ohio, thank you. That's great, Charlie. I'm glad to hear that. What business are you in, and are you able to work? The thing is, the light is a little too bright on my right side. So this is my right side. This is the window. And if that's hard to look at, let me try to fix it. Is that better? It's still bright. Wow. It's still bright. And when I turn my head around, it gets brighter. It's weird. I'm sorry, guys. One of these days I'm going to be... one of these days soon, I'm going to be organized for all of this. And I appreciate your patience. I really do. It's not easy making this transition, and I'm trying to do it with grace and aplomb, as they say. But okay, let's see. Thank you, Steve. Okay, aminos. Okay, let's see. Cheryl hopes everyone is all well. Little Beans Garden. There is no one that I've heard of that's sick here, but I heard, and this is unsubstantiated, I heard from a friend who heard it somewhere, that my local store, remember when I was telling the story recently about the guy behind me in line who was going to buy the ice cream? This is before any of this lockdown thing happened. And I was saying, are you sure you want to do that? Because sugar really drops the immune response, and ice cream is pure sugar. So that store, someone at that store tested positive. So I don't know if it's closed. I don't know what the story is. Obviously, I haven't been back there. That has to be 2 weeks ago by now. So I haven't been around anyone. I am being very, very careful. And it's just a good thing. I mean, I love people. Believe me, I love people and I love interaction with people. But I'm okay alone too. You know, I can handle just, having an online connection and having my cat and just coping. But the thing that I really hate about all of this, the timing of all of this is that I could be out gardening if I still had my house. So, I'm just sort of stuck inside. I got I got my amaryllis blooming in my kitchen along with my calla lily. And I got a couple of succulents, in my kitchen and stuff. And when I go out to take the trash, I can walk by all my plants and say, hi, I love you. Keep growing. But but I haven't done any gardening. And I know I'm jealous of everybody that can go out and do a little gardening during this crazy time we're living through. But I'm in a city, and and I'm in an apartment building now, so I have to be very careful. Let's see. Oh, Eric's got a new stainless popcorn popper. So is that electric, or is it a popper that you sit on the stove, Eric? Steve, that's not a bad confession to make, that you're getting good at your slow cooker. My son Walker actually got very good that last year. He was alone for the majority of 2 years up in Minneapolis, outside of Minneapolis, and Maple Grove, to be in fact. And I don't know if he had an Instant Pot or if he just had some other kind of slow cooker, but he got very good at cooking for himself and using the slow cooker, because you have to get up early, and he would have that whole thing set up and then just turn it on really slow, and it would just cook all day, and he would come home and the meat would just be, you could just eat it with a spoon almost. Okay, who did that? I am so behind. Thank you for your your super chat donation of $5. That was probably halfy, but I don't know yet. Let's see. I am behind. I want to say hi to Tina and Ryder, her 11-year-old son Ryder, and she are watching. Hey, Tina and Ryder, thank you for joining us. Well, that's true, Rebecca. Yeah, I think you just have to really look at processed food and see, because you're right. I am not putting down all processed food. I ate some wonderful crackers today. And crackers don't grow on trees. So let's see. Now I'm going to try to catch up. Oh, Cheryl, I hope you do. You're kidding, Daryl. I didn't realize that. So Daryl is talking about bamboo harvesting. If you've ever thought about growing bamboo for food, there are certain types that are better for that. And Daryl can tell you what varieties are good for that. But he says he's drying them. How did you dry them? Just lay them out like on trays or something? And later you soak them and they return to amazing freshness. That's crazy. I didn't realize that. Haffy, you and Daryl have to get together, because Daryl has a recipe for popcorn. Oh my gosh. We've talked about this before. It was so delicious. I couldn't even believe it. Daryl, you'll have to share what you put in that. He makes a powder mixture and he tosses it all over. Oh, so good. Eric is saying even value added is processed. I'm not sure what you mean. Joshua, she could make you something. She absolutely could make you something. The particular bracelet whatever you order from her, she will be making it. She doesn't have a whole bunch of them sitting around. So you can custom order it. And I'm trying to think, if you go to, let me see if I can find it. Because I really appreciate that. Etsy. Let's see. I never have this. I'm going to go to my favorites on Etsy, and favorite shops, Stone Malas. Here it is. And in fact, here is a review from Carrie. Carrie. Once again, a great purchase from Stone Malas. Thank you so much. The extra gifts you added are awesome. And she ordered a late bloomer collection bracelet. This is kind of probably going to be a long link, but if you go to this link, Joshua, you can send her a message and have her make you anything, okay? Because there's all kinds of beautiful stone malas, you know, black and green and brown, and she could make you something really nice. Let's see. Let me see. Laura, I do see you there. Food Time and Garden. Laura is in Canada. Thank you for tuning in, Laura. Lockdown in Canada. Yeah. Let's see. Daryl, Rebecca, Steve, Eric, Steve. Steve, that's pretty funny. You should really try quinoa. Then you can get a complete protein. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I believe that quinoa is the only grain that is in itself a complete protein. Like if you eat beans, you've got to eat rice or something, you know, to make up a complete protein. And your body needs complete proteins for all its processes. Little Bean, can you just tell everybody your name again? Only because my poor little brain is pretty shot, and everybody else can say hi. Yes. Rebecca teaches science at the Kentucky Science Center. And I'm not sure where else you teach it, but you're writing curriculum at home. Steve is programming robots. Oh, man, that must be interesting. I think I'm pretty behind because now I'm seeing Please Don't Fall. I know, I was afraid if I jumped up on that, everybody go, holding their breath, don't fall. Oh, it jumped. I'm trying to catch up. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Cheryl, for your donation. And I see that may be the one that, let's see, where, really, Beatrice Alonso, thank you so much. I literally have been cleaning today and trying to supply documents, scan documents. It's just, So is Tennessee got a lot of cases, Rebecca? Daryl, have you heard that? Oh, I did not know that, Eric at Double Dog, about plumbing's Eric. Okay. Happy, Costco and Sprouts are your go-to stores. Sprouts. Was it Sprouts? My store and one other store had confirmed cases. Let's see. Patricia Prim, thank you so much. She's one confirmed case in Hickman County. Okay. Ryder said he is glad I'm okay. And he said earlier, hi, beautiful. Thank you, Ryder. You are my new favorite young boy fan. Okay. And just remember that. You are my new favorite boy fan. And I appreciate your support. Let's see. Peter Deli is writing from Australia. Hello, Peter. How are things over there? Edwin. Yes, I'm good. I'm good, Ed. And I hope you actually don't have it and that it's just a cold or something. Kel Storm, I did get your email, but I haven't had a chance to read it. It's been a very busy day. Kel Storm, is that your whole name, Kel, K-E-L? And where are you writing from? Because I don't recognize your name. And if you've tuned in before, I'm sorry I didn't recognize you. And I think that we're all doing that to some extent, depending on how much you can get out. Obviously, if you're in a small, if you're in a homestead and like Doug and Stacy, no worries. It's just the two of them, and they're just out and they're all fine. But if you've got to really interact with neighbors and stuff, or if you're working and you have to interact with the public, I mean, I just am so grateful that people are working, and especially the healthcare givers and healthcare suppliers. And I'm even grateful, even though Amazon is the richest company in the world, I'm really grateful that they're delivering, because I would really be, I would probably be depressed if I hadn't gotten my 2 filing cabinets. I probably would be depressed, but that made such a difference to my mood. I can't tell you, because I couldn't figure out how to move forward. I literally had about 42 boxes in this one small room. Anyway, Steve, that's a good idea. And let's see if Kel has answered me. Thank you, Beatrice Alonso. Where are you writing from? I can't remember. Oh, tell Ryder he's my favorite. Okay, Ryder, you are definitely my favorite young boy fan now. You are. Yes, you too, Peter. Red curry. Ooh, I love curry. Okay, Daryl. Okay. Let's talk about where's the best place to send that. Red curry with homegrown bamboo. Ooh. I don't have curry. Yeah, I have curry powder. I've never actually made curry. Can you believe that? Okay, it jumped. Diana from Faithful Flowers. I'm going to have to blow through here. Lisa Lee. Okay. Okay. What? Okay. Let's see. Kel Storm, Tina needs your bread recipe. If you've got one, let's see. Steve is making sourdough bread. That all sounds so good. Hello, Maddie in Iceland. How are things over there? Do you have any confirmed cases of the virus in Iceland or in your city? I think it's everywhere, but I don't know how bad. Let's see. Joshua said your brain is large to have all you do and to garden avidly. If you're talking about me, thank you. Okay, how do people season their quinoa? Open it up. Tell everybody. Hey, little Luna, thank you for tuning in. My day is going well. Wow, so your brother has a sourdough starter, Eric, at Double Dog. That starter has been going for 20 years. That's pretty amazing. And this is the same brother, I take it, that you often get off the morning live stream to go have pancakes, his pancakes, right? Oh. Lamb's quarters. Yeah, Stacy at Doug and Stacy has talked about lamb's quarters. It's just the funniest name for a green, I think. And I think I'm not sure, but I think I might have been growing that. It was kind of coming up wild for a couple of years. Or it could have been quinoa. I might have planted quinoa. I used to plant a bunch of grains before I realized that I didn't have any space for grains. I planted the red one, not quinoa, amaranth. That stuff is so gorgeous. And I thought, oh, I am going to grow enough amaranth to cook it and eat it. Come on. You know, you got to have a little space to grow grains. 17 cases in Putnam County. Okay. Zool from Pomona. What a beautiful name, Zool. Harold Palma. I am trying to catch up, Harold. I'm behind. And I'm hoping to get down there. Did you ask a question, Harold? And where are you writing from? Let's see. Kel is sharing the bread recipe and Joshua, are you 14 really? No, I can't believe that. Kel Storm is Kelly, and she tunes in when she can in the UK. How is it going in the UK with the virus? Lockdown, but people are pulling together. Garbanzo beans, do you have a TikTok? I don't know what that is, garbanzo beans. What is that? Really, Eric, on your island? Beatrice is in New York. Only one on your island. Yes, I know, Cal, you're in the UK. Let's see. Edwin, it's 12:30 going to my business in your next. Okay, take care, Ed. Is it really midnight in the UK? Kel, is it that late where you are? Rebecca, oh my gosh. I am so behind. Wow, Happy, that is great to hear that Home Depot is making such generous donations for this effort. Let's see. Steve is in Western New York. Wait, it jumped. The honeymoon capital of the world. Is that still Niagara Falls? You've got to be kidding me. No, New York is Niagara Falls. Yeah, wait, Niagara Falls is in Buffalo, right? Is that what you're talking about, Niagara Falls, Steve? My parents went there. I've never been there. Ah, Denise, you're going to have to show me how Zoom works. Other people have offered. Let's see. I'm going to try to catch up real quick here, guys. What? 2239 in Tennessee? That seems like a lot, Patricia, for a small state. Elaine is planting tomatoes in southern Alabama. How close are you to Mobile, Elaine? Little Luna, thank you for tuning in. She's going to bed. It's 1:40 in the morning. You stay safe now, okay? And we'll see you on Sunday live stream, okay? Oh, Diana, where are you located? That troubles me. Is Debbie Archibald still on? Debbie, are you still there? If you are, can you touch base with Diana at Faithful Flowers? Because she's not at the house, she's at home, She's having trouble breathing, and that method could really help her. Diana, do you know how to write me? I can send you this. Or Diana at Faithful Flowers, if you're on Facebook, I can share this post with you through Messenger. So if you send me a message as soon as I get off, I'm going to send you that. I don't remember all the details, but I remember that it's a method for reducing the problem breathing. Let's see. Oh my gosh, Joshua, I had no idea. Let's see. Lemon and garlic quinoa sounds really good. See you, little Luna. Let's see. No, I don't have TikTok. I don't know about that one. Wow. Which county are you in, Brian? Well, that's good. It sounds like they've got a real handle on it, Maddie. You've got a lot less people than we do in the United States. So I hope that they flatten the curve over there. What is a nephrologist, Haffy? Eric, I know that feeling. Oh boy, the virus is really getting bad in Mobile. We need everyone's prayers. Everybody, well, let's all just, when we get off, let's just all pray for everybody to recover and stay safe. Romesa, hi, how are you? Tracy Garnes. Tracy, we're talking about the virus because that's what's on everybody's minds. Steve Rogers is trying to distract us with talking about his tomatoes. That sounds fantastic. Yes, everybody, hit that like button if you can. Diana at Faithful Flowers and Cheryl, please contact me through Facebook Messenger and let me send you this information that Debbie shared with me yesterday. Oh, I see. Okay. I did not know that. I should have known that because my father had kidney cancer. Hey, Steve, now we have 4 Steves on. Milden Gren, Thousand Oaks. Yes, we have beautiful weather and I'm stuck inside in this apartment, but I'm not complaining because I'm not sick and I want to stay that way. And so eventually I'm going to be able to get out and inspire you guys because I want to inspire you. And I'm jealous of all the homesteaders that are able to still, bring really fantastic content and keep people inspired to garden through this crisis. The timing wasn't great for me, but I am happy to tune in live and keep people connected and give my time that way. If that's what people want, I'm happy to do that. It's the least I can do. Let's see. Steve Rogers is talking about pressed spirulina pills, 0 taste. And once a week we drink elderberry juice and chaga tea. Once a week, I think chaga tea is would be good to drink every day. Let's see. Oh, that's interesting, Tracy. I didn't really realize leeks transplanted well, but I've only tried growing them twice. And I didn't find that they grew that well in a pot, but it could have been my fault. I don't know. I need more practice. I would love to be planting something right now. It's just, I don't know where to put it. That's my problem. Jamela is in Trinidad and Tobago, and she has year-round summer. So she's got a garden going year-round down there. Yeah, Washington. I'm trying to remember now why Washington State got hit so hard with cases. Huh. But are you in Trinidad or are you in Tobago, Jamila? Where is DD Farms? Double Dog Farm. Yeah. I would love to be growing some onions. I'm so jealous, but I have to just be patient. Tiny Tim tomato. I've heard of those, but I've never actually grown them. I bet she does, Daryl. Kel is Joshua, I am drinking, this is green tea. I made a pot of green tea and it got cold before I drank it. And I just put it in a jar and I put it in the refrigerator. And now I'm drinking it because it's kind of warm. Fortunately, both of these bedrooms have ceiling fans. No air conditioning, folks. No. So this is going to be an interesting summer. Speaking of summer, I wanted to tell you what happened. I'm not trying to take attention off of the virus. That's the most important thing on everyone's mind, but just a small diversion, okay? So I got a text today from the realtor who represented the new owners of my old house. And it was interesting because they didn't know anything about my garden, nothing. And I never understood, I'm not a realtor. I let them handle it. But she said from the beginning that my realtor said from the beginning, no, we can't focus on your garden. We can't, and remember I was told in no uncertain terms, I had to chop it all back, get it really reduced, take out the raised beds, make it look more like a yard and all of that. And anyway, she wrote me today and she says, my clients are wanting to contact the gardener you were using. Do you have their contact information? And I said, yes, I do, but I'm the gardener and he was my helper. And, the way that almost all gardeners work here, unlike him, Eric works differently. Eric works all day in one place. He doesn't drive all over the place. And all of these other landscape services, the owner has a pickup, or if it's a big outfit, they have more than one. and they just zoom around, and 4 or 5 guys come out of these trucks and just blow through, make a whole lot of noise. Weed whackers and lawnmowers and air and the blowers, leaf blowers, and make a whole lot of noise, and then they go. So that's not what this garden needs, as you know, because you know my garden, my former garden, you know it. And so it needs care, it needs attention, it needs vigilance, observance. And so I don't know what they're going to want to do, but I said, I'm happy to talk to her. It'd be great if we could have a conversation so that I could explain what she has in the garden and how to take care of it. And she says, you're wanting to talk to her or the new gardener? I said, no, I'm happy to talk to her if she's interested in knowing what she has in the garden and how best to take care of it. And also, depending on what her vision is for her garden, for the garden, you know, she said, well, she hasn't moved in yet, but let me see if she'd just prefer to talk to you about it. I said, for example, if she simply wants to maintain the fruit trees that are there, I would recommend Renee. You know, Renee works next door. He's my friend he helped me take out the grass, and he brought Eric to me and all that. I said, but if she wants to grow food, as I have been for the last 8 years, then she probably would want to talk to me. She goes, that makes sense. We'll definitely need to get someone out there just to maintain things. And I said, or at least you can check out my channel on YouTube. I said, that garden is quite famous. And she said, that is fantastic. Yeah, I said, yes, I have 620 or so videos learning to grow my own food in that garden and developing it. I said, by the way, she's going to have more than 1,000 pineapple guavas come October. Wow, I'm surprised we didn't know anything about this before. I said, just wait till they're all in bloom. It's incredible. I said, the camellias are incredible also. The ones in the back bloom from November to the end of January, and the ones in the front yard start blooming. And I said, there's sugarcane and cardamom and nasturtium and so many things that are edible growing right now, blah, blah, blah. I don't need to read the whole thing. But anyway, I think she's going to put her in touch with me, so we'll see. I saw this jumping a lot while I was talking, so let me see if I missed something. The Happy Gardener, hello, thank you for joining us. Joshua, I have a few, but I'm thinking you might be better off because of my situation. I'm thinking you might be better off to get them from Jack. And Jack is already gone. So leave a comment, Joshua, leave a comment underneath the video and not on here. And I'll tell Jack to look at it. Don't leave your address or any personal information. Just, or I tell you what, go to latebloomershow.com/contact, send me an email or, you know, go through the process to send me an email through that page, and I'll make something happen for you as soon as I can. Let's see. What is a dibber, Eric? That sounds like a tool I need. What is a dibber? Leeks transplant using a dibber. Never even heard of a dibber. Oh, speaking of Colorado, I contacted Haffy, I think it was yesterday, maybe it was the day before, because an old friend of mine who I hadn't talked to in a long time, he said if I wanted to get away this summer, I could just stay for free at his ranch in southern Colorado. But it's kind of out of the way, and I'd be by myself there. Me and Lyndon would be by ourselves, and I would have to leave all my stuff here and worry about my stuff. But boy, how peaceful would that be, and what a what an opportunity to just sort of reinvent my thinking, because, you know, I've had this one life for 25 years and now that's a completely different life. And because of the virus, I am not able to get on a plane and go to Tennessee and look for property. So I could grow some vegetables there, but it's very short season. So I would have to take, first of all, I'd have to drive there, and it's 16 hours. But I could go through Phoenix and see Jack, and then I could go through Santa Fe and see my friends that live in Santa Fe, and then it's 3 hours from there. But that's a lot to take on, you know, especially with what's going on. So might have to just postpone that. I don't know. Tracy had to go shut her chicken house. What are you eating with ginger slices, John? I mean, Happy? Let's see. Joshua, why the tear going down? I must have missed something. Happy Gardner, if you're talking about the realtor that I was just reading, or you, maybe you're referring to the fact that they did not market that property with the garden. The expression, "it just isn't done," comes to mind. You've heard that expression? It just isn't done. And yeah, I couldn't convince them to do that. And so I didn't draw those kind of people. I mean, a lot of people saw it and no one mentioned it. So I can't explain that. All I know is if I had to sell it, I am thrilled beyond words that it happened when it did. And I can't even imagine. I don't even want to think about that. I am glad a young family is there and they can enjoy that property the way I did when I had young boys, and ride bicycles on the street and be close to the village and be close to good public schools. And there's so many advantages to that place besides the garden. So I'm happy, and don't be sad for me, because this just opens up a whole new opportunity. And a lot of people keep mentioning that. I think it was Kevin in Big Wave, Florida, was saying this is just going to give you an opportunity to do something even better. And you know, if I was still there, I'd still be limited. Remember, it's limited in that space. The sun is limited, and so yeah, I see much bigger things coming up. Oh, Kel, you may have already gone. If you haven't, good night, and thank you so much for tuning in, and please stay safe. And tune in Sunday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and give us a report. Yes, Little Bean, and you just told me your name, which is something ULE, but nothing's my brain. Let's see. Steve Rogers, I don't know if you're saying goodnight to us or if you're saying goodnight to somebody that left, but just wanted to acknowledge that. Angel Grant, hello, where are you writing from? And please tell us what the situation is where you are regarding the virus. Hello, Christina. Gosh, we've been on over an hour, everybody. I wasn't going to stay on that long. Let's see. Oh, Steve Rogers, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm surprised you hadn't seen that before, because everyone did. Everyone had a victory garden. And I mean, it was like mandated, you know? And my grandparents grew way more than 40% of their food. I don't know if they bought anything except maybe coffee and salt and sugar. Let's see. Steve Caswell, that's pretty funny. A wooden tool to punch a hole in the earth to plant. That must be the this happens here. Like the power just flickers. I never had that at my house. Yes, everybody grow a victory garden if you can. Now, Christina, you must be talking about the tool that Eric at Double Dog Farm was talking about, which was what was it called now? Was it called a dippler? A digger? What was it called, Christina? I already forgot. I have to write everything down or I'll forget. Yes, but Haffy, but what's the name of it? I'm going to have to write it. A dibble. Dibble? A dibbler. It was a dibbler, right? That's what Eric said. I never even heard of that. Dibbler. I love it. I'm going to look that up. And if you want to support this channel and you are ordering things from Amazon, please use my link. It's Amazon. In fact, let me just pull it up and share it. Anything you order, if you go through this link, anything you order, I'll get a few cents for. And I really appreciate the support. Yes, Cheryl, especially with a cat who doesn't like to travel. Lyndon howls. I've never taken her farther than maybe 35 minutes to the vet she used to go to. And she howls the entire time and all the way back as soon as she gets in the car. And I can't even imagine what a 16-hour trip would be like. I mean, obviously she'd conk out at some point and go to sleep, but Maddie, you lost your job, which was what? But I'm glad you're feeling good. The Happy Gardener, are you talking about my apartment? I will too, Elaine. I will too. And you stay well, okay? You're talking about turnips. I don't know if who likes turnips? I remember when I was growing up, my mother would make, occasionally, she would make cooked turnips. It was sort of like applesauce consistency. And I didn't like it at all. And I thought, you know, when I bordered these turnip seeds from Baker Creek or one of those, I think it was about 3 years ago, and I grew them. They were so beautiful. Oh my gosh, they were so beautiful. And I ate a few and it was just like, oh, that taste again. I remembered it from growing up. How do you make turnips taste good? Joshua, that's like I said, it just isn't done. That's not what people do here. So, okay, Kevin Frazier, thank you for tuning in and thank you for joining my channel. I have been gardening at that location, at that house for 8 years. I started 8 years ago when YouTube was a baby in its infancy. I started a show. I made 100 episodes over 5 years, 20 episodes a year, just like a TV show. I listed all of those episodes of the original Late Bloomer show on IMDb, which is the International Movie Database. And I went around to I submitted it to a number of web festivals, which were in their infancy at the time. And I finally won in Vancouver. I won at the Vancouver Web Fest Best Reality Series. Now, that's just a little background. 2016, YouTube changed their algorithms, their analytics, and they wanted more videos, longer videos that they could run more ads on. They put the whole end screen with all of that stuff. That's why when you watch my old videos, they're shorter. They have none of that stuff at the end. And that's why it's so different. But I have hung in there. I'm still here. And I did not leave Los Angeles. I am in Los Angeles County still. And I'm living in Santa Monica, which is, as the crow flies, it's probably between a half a mile and a quarter of a mile from where I lived. It's probably about a mile to drive. Maybe a mile and a half to drive. I don't think it's 2 miles. So I'm very close to where I was, but it is a different community because Santa Monica is its own city, sitting smack dab inside Los Angeles County. So I'm still near the ocean. I do have an opportunity to garden here, but it's in a community setting. All of our plants are lined up in this big corridor. So I brought about 30 plants here, some big, some small. I had planned before this lockdown to have Eric come. I was going to shoot a video. We were going to repot all of my fruit trees because I have larger pots. I brought my compost even, but because of this self-isolation thing, I haven't been able to garden. And so, but I did have to sell my house. And fortunately, since I had to sell it, it got sold before this crazy thing happened with the virus. So I hope that's enough of a story for you. I have no intention of stopping my channel. And while we're in lockdown, I'm doing an extra live stream every week. I'm not sure if this is the best time, but a lot of people have tuned in. We have 54 people on Wednesday evening. And so I think maybe we should just keep doing this. I mean, we've been told in Los Angeles that we're on the stay at home safe or safer at home. We're not locked down. We can do emergency trips to grocery store, medical supplies, and to the doctor, but we're not supposed to, or some people can actually work, but we're supposed to self-isolate and try to control the spread of the virus. So that's what I'm doing here. And but I want to connect with my community. So that's why I'm doing an extra live stream. So I do live streams on Sunday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I'm going to do one at 4 p.m. on Wednesday, midweek, just to touch base with everybody and make sure everybody's well and encouraged and inspired. And you can inspire other people if you inspire. Joshua, I just got your email, so I'll respond to that later. So that's what I'm doing. You know, that I've got 620 videos on my YouTube channel, covering all kinds. I've got all kinds of playlists. I've done a lot of travel videos. I went to Europe. I did 20 or 30 videos from Europe. I've done the Southeast. I've done the Northeast. I've been around, and so I hope you'll watch a lot of my videos on my channel and share them with your friends and help it grow. Okay, big speech. And Kevin Frazier is in Florida. I do have a lot of people that watch me in Florida right now. I don't know if Big Wave Flaw is still on. That's Kevin. He's also Kevin. And so he's in Florida. See you, Beatrice. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Steve Caswell. I hope I'm catching you in time. Let's see. Fire won't burn, stick won't beat dog, dog won't bite pig, and I shall not get home tonight. That sounds familiar, but I can't think where I've heard that. Rutabagas too, lots of butter and salt and pepper, yummy, each to his own. Turnip. No, I haven't tried raw turnips, and I probably should. Hey, son of a gun, 1814. I know you've told me your name a million times, but you might have to do it again, like every single time. Tracy, yeah, that's the only way I enjoyed them, when I roasted them with olive oil and wrote my rosemary in with other vegetables, and it just kind of melded. The flavors kind of melded. Let's see. Rutabaga. I don't know that I've ever eaten rutabaga either, but they're beautiful. They're such beautiful vegetables. What is good for breaking up soil, Eric? Oh my gosh, they postponed the Kentucky Derby. When was it, by the way? My son was just so desperate to go to that. Yes, it does work. But, you know, a lot of young people, I'm hearing on next door, a lot of young people in the area are still congregating much closer than 6 feet apart, eating together, huddling, and not taking this seriously. So, Steve Rogers, that sounds great. You're going urban homesteader this year, fermenting. Where are you, Steve Rogers? You know, I bought a fermenting veggie kit after I went to see Doug and Stacy, and it sat in my kitchen because everything after that, it just all, I mean, getting out of that house and 40 years of stuff was a year in the making. It really was. And I did make a big garden last year in the driveway, but I never got any vegetables fermented. And I do like them a lot. Okay, Steve Rogers. I will, the Happy Gardener. I will. Let's see. Rosanna Hopkins, first timer, Zone 7B. Love your show. Thank you so much, Rosanna. Please say hello to Rosanna, everyone. She's a first timer for the live stream, and I'm so glad you're watching my channel. Please share it with your friends and help it grow during this very difficult time. I mean, it's difficult for YouTubers who, like me, who gardening is what my channel is about, but I can't get out and garden right now because I don't have my own garden anymore. I have a community space where I'm going to be gardening in containers until I find a property and do all that. And if you follow my journey, you'll know where I am and what I'm doing and all of that. And I hope you will. Jeremy from Fab Phoenix. Yes, of course, Jeremy. I know. Duh. Oh, Steve Rogers. We're doing loquat, pomegranate, feijoa, mulberry, figs, peaches, and pawpaw. Oh, wait, where did you say you were? Wait, you're doing that in the city? Really? Wait, who's talking about? Tracy, what are you talking about scything? Ooh. Yes, I would think turnips and rutabaga would be very nice in ghee. I don't make my own. I used to make my own ghee, but I don't anymore. I buy it. Let's see. Where are we? Wow. So the Kentucky Derby has been moved for the first time since the World War, one of the World Wars. They moved it to Labor Day. Steve, yeah, it's probably because young people are always, glomming together. I can't believe, Steve, I cannot believe you are growing pawpaw. Did you say pawpaw you're growing? You're probably growing pawpaw and feijoa in Vancouver? Wow. I would think it would not be. Are you growing everything outside? You must be. Huh. Elaine, thank you for joining. Please stay safe. Tune in on Sunday. I don't even know what that is, Rosanna. Does anybody know what a Morris alba pendula is for zone 7B? Did you just, Tracy, when you fermented your peppers and onions, did you just use salt? Or what did you ferment them with? Because that's what Stacy used, just salt, a good salt. Rosanna, yeah, I don't know what that is. You want to dress like Doug? Well, if you live close to the Amish or the Mennonites, you can buy some clothing from them. That's what he does. Figs and mulberries are in the ground. The rest of them are in containers that stay outside. Citrus is moved in. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. But when you mentioned it, for some reason I thought, is that a musical instrument? A scythe is that big curved blade, and I would not trust myself with that. Wow, I would have loved to have seen you do that, Tracy. Next time you get out and use that scythe, I think I'm saying it right. Can you please have your husband videotape a short clip and send it to me? I want to see that. North American pawpaw. Okay, I actually have never even eaten a pawpaw, but when I was in Kentucky, Angie showed me her pawpaw trees. They weren't ripe though. I want a persimmon tree so bad. And I want a weeping mulberry so bad. Oh, I see. Morris alba is a mulberry. Okay, got it. Ayoka Raven. No. What was the question that you're answering? No. Oh, that's good, Happy Gardener. Well, Cheryl, no, that's fine, but certain persimmons are too sour. They're like, but there's one particular variety somebody can probably mention, the one that's really good, that it just makes a salad. Oh, okay. Der Fremde, hi. How is it where you are? You're in Germany, right? No, wait. Do I have that right? Are you in Germany? Let's see. Gina, how are you feeling? Gina had pneumonia. How are you feeling, Gina? We have been on for an hour, almost an hour and a half. I'm going to get off in 4 minutes, everybody. Teresa Harris. Here in my car, essential worker closing on people's homes. I don't know what you mean, Teresa. Eric, if you're talking about Doug's clothing, he wears those clothing because they are made so well and they really hold up. And that's what he told me. No, Tracy, you don't have to be on camera. He doesn't even have to know you. I just want to see you swinging that thing. That's all. You don't have to smile. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to even look at the camera. I just want to see you swinging that big curved blade, because if you can do it, I can do it. Oh, that's great. That's great, Gina. Are you going to be able to put all those trees in the ground? Granville Island, of course, of course. Who else in my community? Steve Rogers is in Vancouver. Steve Rogers, you need to connect with Der Fremde, who's in Granville Island, which I was there 3 times and I loved it. You actually live on Granville Island, Der Fremde? I didn't realize you could actually live there. I loved it down there. Oh, good, Gina. That's great. Okay, Teresa, just watch for it later. Everybody, please go back and watch some of my recent videos that you've missed. I would really appreciate that. Get some more views on those videos going. And I'm very close to 53,000. I would have hoped that I would have been there before now, but we've had a bit of a crisis in our country and people are focused on other things besides gardening. And so if you have a few minutes while you're kind of cooped up, I would appreciate you watching some of my videos that you've missed and getting those views up and sharing. Let me see if anybody else has, let's see. Maddie's got to go to sleep and I got to go too. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah. Der Fremde, you live close to Granville Island. That's what I thought. It's what I thought. It's not really, I don't think anybody's much living down there. Let's see. Hey, oh, thank you, Der Fremde. What is your actual name anyway? Not that I might not remember, but it'd be nice to know. Yeah, we'll see you Sunday. And I do not know what that link is, Eric. Let's see. Joshua, I won't forget, but it may be a while, okay? Because things are just crazy right now. Jerome, very nice. Thank you. Okay, everybody, thanks so much. I really appreciate your support of this channel, for tuning in. And if you haven't, hit the like button on the way out. And be sure and tune in on Sunday. And if I can manage to get a video made tomorrow or Friday, you'll see it before then. And I would really love that. So I love you all. Please stay safe. And Thank you.